Hey guys, so I had some accidents with my stilettos, so we are going to be fixing my old set.
Give it to me like.
Hey guys, welcome to another video on my channel. So we're just taking a look at what is left of my stiletto set from the last video. If you were here, I tried to use full cover tips as dual forms, and that didn't work out so well. So I ended up with these long stiletto nails, which looked really nice, but I couldn't work with them. So I cut them down, I started filing, and this is what's left over. And then, of course, as the week went on, some started popping off. So now I just want to fix some of them. So we're going to redo them. Okay. So this is what I was trying to do with all of them last time, but because I started on this on my thumb and I used that 3D extension gel by Born Pretty, it stuck on like cement, like glue, basically. So I couldn't take it off. So, okay, is it moving? I think that's like my real nail moving. So I tried another one, stuck like cement, and then I just decided to keep doing all of them that way. So I ended up putting those long stilettos on. So they were all pretty much like that one. And then I just couldn't work with them, so I started to cut them down. So I tried to do a little bit of a variation. This one actually had the nail over top and it popped off in bed. So that's what it turned out like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix some of them because I noticed there's a couple of them with issues. So like, for example, this one I think I'm going to redo. I might redo that one. I might keep these ones on the white. I was thinking of keeping with the color, but just cleaning them up a bit and doing some like opposing colors. So I'm going to try to do, I'm going to do this one here, and maybe I'll do it here because this one, I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to go along with it. But I'm going to redo this one for sure. I'm going to redo this one for sure because this one I screwed up big time. It looks like I've got a ski slope. It's like going upwards, right? So I put too much there. So I'm going to take that one off. I'm going to take that one off. I'm going to take that one off. Maybe I'll take that one off too. So I'm going to use this again. So we're going to use the Gem Extension Polygel, the glitter. So they're all going to look like that. So they have like a nice opalized look to them. So I'm going to do opal. I'll reshape this one. I'll take these two off and I'll redo those as well. I might shape that down so that it matches that, but in a dark color. So I think I'll still stick with dark. I'll keep that maybe light, right? So we'll do light, redo dark, figure out what's going on with that one, and I might just keep the thumbs for now until I have to take them all off again because the thumbs aren't too bad. I like them actually. And I mean, it's still stuck. Like, it's not moving anywhere, right? Okay, and then we're gonna use this again. So I'm gonna do the same thing. And I'm gonna use our tips. So we're gonna do this, and then we'll use these. So I think I can just find them. This was the biggest one. Is that the one? Okay, so that one I'm gonna use for my middle. So like, that's how long they were. These are just, I can't work with this stuff. I just can't. So I'm going to do a middle. So 2 middles, right? 2 middles. And then I think these ones were there. The other ones I will keep and just work with them as they are. So I'm going to redo 1, 2, 3, 4. figure out what I'm doing here. Keep my thumbs, okay? And that's what we're gonna do today, okay? So keep them as is. We're gonna use these as dual forms. I'll do what I wanted to do and then pop them off. Okay? So let's try. Let's try this. I'm gonna put these aside for now.
So we're going to start with a little bit of prep by pushing back my cuticles. So because I'm working on the 4 fingers, middle and pointer on both hands, I'm just going to be pushing those ones back. And then I'm going to use probably my coarse bit to remove these.
The thing that might help, maybe, is if I this is cleanser, so it's like mostly alcohol with a little bit of acetone. And we'll reshape these. Okay, so these two. These are what I'm working on, just for today. Okay. All right. This one. I'm going to put it to about, I don't know, 7,000 RPMs. Turn this on. So I've taken most of it off. I don't like the pink stuff. So I don't know if you remember the pink stuff that I used. It was like a really sticky, born pretty sort of polygel type thing. I really don't like the way it comes off. And I might have done it too thick, but I almost feel like it wasn't fully cured. So, so I'm just going to use my sanding band to clean up a little bit around the edges.
Okay, so that did most of the job, but I'm going to pull out my mini sanding band just to get around the cuticles and make sure my sidewalls are all clean as well. I love this bit. It's one of the best bits I've ever used as far as a sanding band goes, even on my nails, which are massive. And then after, I'm going to clean up with my cuticle bit and just make sure that all of my sidewalls, all of that extra sort of polygel that was stuck on there is off. And then I have sort of a clean enough surface to try our dual forms again. Okay, so here they are. I'm just cleaning off any extra dust and debris with my cleanser. I do buff them up a bit and clean them again, and then they're ready for priming. So I'm going to use my Kirsty Meakin primer, which I love. I was kind of worried that maybe this was why they were sticking on so much, but it's not the case, because it had nothing to do with my actual nail bed. It had to do with how the polygel or whatever I was using was sticking onto the full cover tip, which is not a dual form. So, and then I'm going to use tack. So I'm not going to show me doing all my nails. I'm just showing the prep on this hand, and then we'll get into the dual form hack, and we'll start with my middle finger. So again, I'm going to use my Born Pretty glitter gel. That stuff is really pretty. I love the consistency. I love how it works. It is very easy to use. It's not too sticky. So I'm going to get more in different colors. So I have my little dampen dish. I'm just going to fill it with a little bit of alcohol. So I'm using alcohol as my slip solution just to shape the polygel. I did mess up on these a little bit. So as I move along, you're going to see some of the issues that I stumble on, but let's just start with the first one. So I haven't done anything to the tip. I just put a little bit of polygel in there, and then I'm using my alcohol and my brush just to shape it onto the nail, just making sure that it's getting high enough. When I press down, it does move a little bit higher, so thinner at the cuticle is what I'm trying to do here, and then I'm just trying to push it all to the sidewalls so that my sidewalls are fully covered. Just checking every so often. And I did cure the tack, just FYI. So anything that comes around the edges, I'm just cleaning off with some alcohol, and then I'm curing. And my cure time is really short. So I just put in the lamp for like 30 seconds, and you can see what's going on here. So this is kind of what happened with the first nail last week, or last video. It just wouldn't come off. So cutting it down because I wanted to sort of break the seal a little bit. If you know dual forms, they've got those ridges, so it's already sort of got a broken seal inside. So I just wanted to try to do that, and it still wasn't working. I couldn't get under an edge at the side to sort of pop it off. So sometimes the full cover tips don't work so well. So some work better than others. So I grabbed some slip solution, which has some acetone in it, and I just wiped down the nail, and the acetone actually breaks down the tip a little bit. So it was easier, not easy as you can see, to pop off. So you can see that I've ripped a piece off already. Like it just deteriorated this tip. And then I was able to get under it with my tweezer here. I'm putting a little bit on because I'm noticing that this is actually helping to lift it. And then I'm going to get it in a second here, and it will pop off. But you see I am pulling on my nail a little too much, and it does turn a little bit red. So you got to be really careful with this. This is not ideal. These are not ideal. The best thing to do is clean the inside with a slip solution so something that has a little bit of acetone in it before you put your polygel in. And that helped the tip pop off on the rest of them much better. So you can go over them. I went under, so on the inside, and then I proceeded with the polygel. So on this nail, I'm going to finish this one. That's what I do for the rest of the nails that I'm going to work on. I clean the inside first. So I'll do my last 3, and then I'll be back. And that's what they look like after they've all been popped off. So worked much better. Clean the inside of if you're using full cover tips as a hack, clean them with some solution that has some acetone in it. So now I'm going to shape them. I'm going to shape them down. I'm going to file them a little bit off camera, and I'll see you in a sec. so here they are after I've shaped them, filed them, buffed them. This is really a cleanup job. I didn't want to do them all over. I only wanted to do the ones that I had destroyed. So I'm doing a little bit of a variation. So I'm sticking with our dark and light theme. Instead of dark to light, we're doing dark and light. So it'll be a little bit of an abstract mishmash of different sort of colors and styles put together to sort of look somewhat cohesive for the last week. And I'm going to start with the jelly black. I'm going to use the jelly black on 2 of my nails. And then I'm going to keep the other ones. I was going to keep them really opalized, but I thought it was a little too much. So I liked the little accent on my pinky, keeping that one shiny. But I'm going to start with just jellying one of them on, actually both of them on this hand. So the pointer, the middle finger. I started with one coat just to see how that would look. Because as I'm going through this, I was thinking of keeping the other hand shiny, but it just didn't mesh that well with some of the darks and the lights on my other fingers. So I decided to cure that, cleanse, and then I do go in for a second coat to make them a little bit darker. I always have my little cleanup brush. So if you ever make a mistake, get your cleanup brush and just sweep around with a little bit of alcohol. So you get that shape really nice and you don't have any running of any of the gel. So yeah, too much. Just as I was looking at it, it's a bit too much. And it just wasn't meshing with the other ones, so this is how they looked right at the beginning, and I'm just sort of checking to see how well they mesh together. And that's when I'm like, okay, we're sticking to the darker nails. So I go in with a second coat, a bit of a thicker coat on top. So the more coats you put of this, the darker it gets. I didn't want to go full black because I did want that like opal shimmer to come through. That was the whole point of this, was to use and get the benefit out of that, the Born Pretty poly gel. So I top coated my light ones. I jellied my dark ones to make them darker. And then to stick with our theme, I'm going to use Scorpio matte top coat. So this has a little bit of a purple shimmer, like an aurora shimmer. It's like purples and pinks. And I'm going over my dark jellies with that. So it's not going to be shimmery and, well, it's not going to be shiny anymore. But you do still see a shimmer. So if you notice over the black with that sort of opal look underneath, it brings out some different colors. Because it looks a little bit different from the light side. We got some deeper greens in there that are coming out. So it's got a cool contrast. So I do these 2 nails matted, and then I do my light nails matted. So we're going to do that, and then we'll come back. And there they are out of the lamp with the matte Scorpio top coat. So I'm literally freestyling this fix as I go along. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, and then just based on how they look together. So right here, I do end up shaping this down, not for the video though, but I'm just checking to see how much of a difference I've got between them and whether I can keep them or not, or how much I got to take off. So I do end up taking that one off, taking it really down so that it's just a short little stiletto like the other one, but I don't do it in the video. That sort of happens later. So here I'm just cleaning up any of the extra sticky layer, dust, residue, just looking seeing how well they sort of match together. And yeah, the two on my first hand, the light colors, they're still too bright. So I wanted to pick up some of that white or that like nude pink. So if you remember my Born Pretty nude pink jelly, I'm just putting a little bit on the tips of each of these, and I'm sort of going to ombre the pink down so that they look like the other ones on my other hand. So I'm just doing a really thin layer, and then I go in actually with just my liner brush and I just pull some of it down into the matte or the matted opalized nail underneath until it meshes a little bit. I could have used a little sponge. That's actually what I might, I'm going to try that next time. I got this little tool where you grip the sponge. So I could have done that too, but because I'm going to go over these again with the Scorpio matte top coat, I just wanted to make sure there wasn't such a like obvious line between the tip of my nail and the rest of my nail. So I'm just feathering, and then we go over again with that Scorpio matte top coat by Madam Glam so that they look really similar to the white ones on my other hand. But before we top coat those ones, I decided to use that nude jelly on my thumb, and I just wanted to see if I could add a little bit to the bottom of this one so that I have a little bit of that, the other hand sort of coming from the bottom of my thumbnail. So it's like my thumbs are transitioning. So here I'm just finishing them up for the video. So I'm going over the dark jellies with just a no wipe top coat. So I did keep these shiny for the video. So these two are going to be shiny. The other two are going to be matted. And I do change that later, but for the purpose of this video, this is how I fix my nails. So I'm going to finish up here, I'm going to cure, and then we'll take a look at them. And there we have it. So that is my freestyle fix for now. From a dark to light stilettos to dark and light abstract mishmash. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked the video.